Mr. Kieran, I see you joined us.
Mm-hmm.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
All right, very good. I'm the attorney for your landlord,
Okay.
and we are here today because there's rent that's due. That
Mm-hmm.
amount is, with the court costs, total $3,628.13.
Uh-huh.
Michigan law gives you 10 days in which to get that balance paid. That's yet July 1st. This balance doesn't include July because it's not due yet, but you would
Right.
have until July 1 to pay this balance. Are you in a position to do that?
What I would like to propose is, if partial payments could be was I disconnected? Oh no. You there?
Yeah, yeah, Mr. Kieran, it looks like your connection may be a little
Let,
wonky. So
let
if
me
you
let me
find
just
a spot where it looks like you've got a good connection, stay there.
uh-huh. Um yeah, get by the window. Can you hear me?
Yep, that's good. What was your proposal?
Um to be able to send in that you guys accept partial payments, that would be really helpful. It's really
Well, what are you trying to pay and when?
I can probably pay 1,500 before the first, and um I have a couple. I believe that I could be caught up by the end of July. Um, but
Yeah, I don't think we can go that far out, Mr. Kiernan.
um,
Unfortunately, that's
what kind
like
of
20
timeline?
something days from now, so I don't.
What kind of timeline can and because that would be, including July's rent too. I mean,
I
to get
understand that,
completely
but
caught up.
unfortunately, July rent's due on 7/1, and so I mean that's unfortunately not generally speaking a reasonable time frame for getting things paid up. But hang
So,
tight, I'll be with you in just a moment, okay? Kat, I'm gonna give you a call on your cell phone.
well, I'm all
Okie
ears
doke.
for whatever timeline. Figure it out. God. Okay, buddy. Oh,
is to turn around and terminate your tenancy because your site's back in bad condition again. They are not willing to get, and they're not gonna work with you this time. So, here's the deal. They're willing to, accept the title to your home, assuming you own it free and clear, in lieu of the balance owed, but you have to be out by July 1st. Otherwise, you'd be required to pay this balance, and then they're gonna turn around and terminate tenancy. I know it's probably not the reality you expected to be facing today. It's probably not what you expected to hear from me. But unfortunately, your history of not maintaining the home and site is catching up with you today.
Can we meet with the judge and have
Look, I
him?
can't make you agree to it, okay? I can't make you agree to vacating and surrendering the title. Those are considered settlement discussions. So if you don't want to accept that, I understand. Then the only offer that I have for you otherwise is to pay the current balance by July 1.
Okay.
Okay? So if you can pay the current balance by July 1, and that's how we would resolve this case. But then, like I said, the community is going to issue you a 30-day to terminate the tenancy.
Okay.
Which they have the right to do, and you can then take advantage of the 30-day time frame in which to vacate, but you're still accruing rent during that period. And their offer to accept the home in lieu of balances owed would be off the table, unfortunately. So you would still have to keep paying the lot rent, but you'd have to vacate, and you'd either have to remove the home or you'd have to sell it to an approved buyer. The issue with that, though, is that the condition that it's in, it likely won't pass a resale inspection, especially with the site looking the way that it is.
Well, it will be cleaned up. My new vehicle just broke down too, and I had gotten everything ready to take it, and I had a storage unit that I just purchased, and the same day, it was on Saturday, and my vehicle, I can't figure out why it's not getting power. So I bought a new battery.
I appreciate all of that, Mr. Kiernan. The problem is that the last time we went this route with you on a 30-day is that you got it cleaned up for a few days, and then it was right back into disrepair. And I appreciate the circumstances that you're facing and that you're having difficulty, but I'm looking at a picture of your site right now. This is completely unacceptable.
No, I understand.
Your neighbors don't want to look at this.
I know.
The community, frankly, doesn't want to look at this, and it's unfortunately, the reality is no one wants to look at this.
No.
And so the opportunity to get it cleaned up really has passed. They're not willing to work with you any further on it.
Alright, so my option is, I guess I'll get paid through for it by July 1st, if those are my options.
Yep, so if you want to agree to that, then we can agree to a consent judgment to have you paid up by July 1. And then we'll deal with the site issue. That'll be a separate case, okay? But just be prepared that they're going to be issuing that notice.
Okay.
Okay, so a few things I need to tell you about. You have the right to an attorney. You have the right to a trial. You have 3 business days if you wanted to reconsider entering into this agreement. So if you felt like you didn't understand an aspect of the agreement or the rights you were giving up by entering into it, you could file a motion asking the court to set it aside during that 3-day time frame, and then reopen the case.
This is 3 days starting today, right?
Correct. And so, and that's if you didn't understand the agreement to pay by July 1. So your requirement here is the landlord wants you to pay within the statutory 10-day period. The law says you get 10 days. 10 days is July 1. So they're giving you exactly what the law allots for this type of situation. If you file that motion, it doesn't mean the judge will grant it. It just means you have the right to ask them to set the agreement aside. Okay. Last but not least is the court does allow our office, because we are attorneys and officers of the court, to sign the agreement on your behalf if you are giving us permission to do so. Are you comfortable with that?
So just stating that I agree to the July 1st terms?
That you're going to pay pay on or before July 1st.
Well, we're gonna still talk with the judge first, right?
Well, either you are agreeing you're going to pay on July 1st, or you want to talk to the judge about the non-payment case. The judge isn't going to weigh in on their offer to waive your balance if you vacate and give the title, because that's a separate issue. Okay, that's just an offer that the community is making to give you opportunity to leave the community without owing a debt, since it sounds like you can't get it paid by July 1st. So they're willing to give you an opportunity to wipe that balance out entirely, but you have to leave and give them the title. Otherwise, if you don't want to accept that, then we revert to the normal non-payment recourse, which is, this is your balance, you have 10 days to pay it. And then your tenancy continues, subject to their right to pursue their other legal remedies, which would be filing a separate action to terminate your tenancy.
Right. Okay, well, so we'll go over it with the judge.
If you want to talk to the judge, that's absolutely your right.
Yeah.
Yep. So if you want to do that, we can go back in front of the judge.
Yeah, no, I do. I want to.
You do? Okay. Yep, so tap your screen, then you should see an option to leave or leave room.
Okay.
If you tap that and get a second option, pick leave breakout room, and that'll take you back to the main session.
Okay.
Recording in progress.
In full, including your July chart, then we would dismiss the case.
Thank you.
Okay. Given that Mr. Dotson's here, I would be happy to take a breakout room with him and Heather, the manager from Willow Village, as well. I presume we're just going to get a date on Hogarth and Stewart, correct?
Yeah, July.
It's 7/11/24. Who at 3:15?
Thank you.
For both of them. Okay?
Very good. Thank you.
Same thing for Stewart. Yeah.
Yep. All right.